we're after?
Frank Costello.
Hey folks, welcome back to Dark Room Reviews. So today on the channel we're going to be covering 2006's The Departed. This film was directed by none other than Mr. Martin Scorsese. If you haven't seen the film, if it's been a little while since you've seen it, let me just refresh your memory what the movie's about. To take down South Boston's Irish mafia, the police send in one of their own to infiltrate the underworld, not realizing the syndicate has done otherwise. So yeah, this film is chock full of superstar actors: Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, Alec Baldwin, so on and so on. But what really is at the center of this movie is a crime that takes place within, the city streets of Boston. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced. Scorsese is such a storyteller. It's hard to, compare him. He's in a league of his own. Jack Nicholson here plays Frank Costello. He is the puppeteer, the guy who pulls the strings. He's the villain in this movie, and the FBI, Boston Police Department want to take him down. Now they have several, a lot of evidence against this guy, and they could take him down easily, but they want to really catch him red-handed. And when I say he has, he's the puppeteer, he has guys like Matt Damon, who is essentially a rat. He's a guy that's actually in the FBI working undercover for Costello. In the same department, Martin Sheen, who's in charge essentially, and he hires, along comes Leonardo DiCaprio, who comes from a rough background. He comes from a broken home. He essentially has no family, and the department hires him because he's got nothing to lose. He only has his identity. In order to take down Costello, he is willing to go undercover to finally take down this mafia once and for all. This movie takes you for a ride and you don't know where you're headed. Like I said, this movie shines light on the criminal underground, the criminal belly underground within the Boston area. You're invested in several of these characters. I also have Mark Wahlberg in here, who is one of the good guys, but he's a rough and tumble Boston type brawler who works for the police department himself, and he pulls no punches. He will talk smack to you in front of your face, especially when we meet Leonardo DiCaprio for the first time. He's like, "You're not no cop, you're an undercover agent, and we want to hire you, and there's nothing you can do about it." And there's several strings in this movie that are intertwined with one another. There's heated moments between Matt Damon's character and Mark Wahlberg. We also have Alec Baldwin, who is, works for this department as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about Leonardo DiCaprio's character, William Costigan Jr. Like I said, willing to go undercover for the FBI to take down Costello, and he goes through the nines. I mean, he goes through hell. He starts off in prison because he wants, the public society to recognize him as sort of criminal. Eventually, he meets up with Costello and his gang. They search him from head to toe. They beat him up, and that's what it takes to really, get close to the enemy. And so he's behind enemy lines. He affects him mentally and physically, so much so that fear for his life, essentially. And it gets to the breaking point where he goes to his boss and says, "Hey, I want out. I want this to be done. Let's just take this guy in because it's affecting me." And Martin Sheen is a special gem here in this movie. He's essentially the boss of this entire operation within the police department. And he tells him, we're so close. Hold on, kid. We're so close. There are a couple of nitpicks I want to talk about, and I feel like they're side plots. One of them involving Matt Damon. He gets a girlfriend who's played by Vera Farmiga. They move in together, and he's not shy of saying, "Hey, I'm working on a really big case, and I can't tell you anything about it." And Vera Farmiga, she's a therapist for this police department. And it's quite interesting how, he's holding back, and she could tell. Eventually later on, she could tell he's hiding something, he's lying. And what's more interesting is William Costigan, he goes into therapy, and Vera Farmiga, she meets him, and he tells her, you know, hey, what I'm doing right now, I'm working on something with the police department, and it's killing me. I need sleep, and I've been in prison, and I'm in rough shape. Well, eventually the two have a cup of coffee together, and they sparks a romance, which is quite unexpected. So, you know, those moments where Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio are off duty, they have, you know, they share this woman essentially, and she's cheating. She's cheating. Those romantic scenes, kissing and hugging and hanky panky, those scenes kind of take you out of, you know, the crime situation that's going on in the streets behind closed doors. And I don't know how I feel about that. I think it does slow the movie down for sure. It just feels different. There are several twists in this movie that I quite enjoy. I'm not going to give anything away. Today's generation, if you're looking for something gritty, something unexpected, something from Martin Scorsese, The Departed is for you. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. If you like this type of content, movie reviews, physical media, showcases, this is your channel you should be subscribed to. I'm Joel, and thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Folks, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out in the long run. Dark Room Reviews, it's the place you should be subscribed to.